Hello, wonderful ladies and gentlemen. Andy here. I coach men and women on living lives of abundance and joy. If they can all do it, you sure as hell can too. Even when you have that voice in your head that says, it's too late for me. I missed the train. I'm too old. I'm past my use by date, and no one's going to want to date me. No one's going to want to sleep with me. No one's going to buy my product. It's too late to go to the gym, and all of that sort of stuff. I know how that stuff feels. When I was 28, I thought my life was basically over. I thought there was no way I was going to have happy relationships. I thought there was no way I was going to have any sort of decent sex life. I thought it was way too late to make any money. I didn't really have much of an education. I didn't really have anything in terms of great job opportunities. I had sort of started losing my job in a way. I was a contractor and the work was starting to go down. Like I said, I didn't really have any education or opportunities or anything, and I'd sort of just worked retail jobs all my life. And I had gotten into like management positions, like lower level management in those jobs, but I didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing in terms of making money or anything like that. In terms of fitness, I wasn't really where I wanted to be, and I had read a lot of stories and had a lot of limiting beliefs that said, when you hit your 30s, it's going to be too hard to put on muscle. You're just going to be fat and you won't sleep properly and you'll have no energy and, all that sort of nonsense. And basically, I really did think that my life was coming to a close, even though I was literally just 28 years old, a young man. But at the time, I thought I was very old. And so today's video is going to be sort of to two separate groups of people. And the first group of people is those of you in the audience who've been thinking about joining our coaching program. And maybe you've just been hesitant and you're sitting on the fence and you're like, I think I want to join, but I'm worried I'm too old or it's too late for me. Or I can't get the girls that I want, or I can't build the business that I want, or it's too late to build a decent body, or my life is sort of coming to a close. Like I'm too old, I missed the boat. And then the second group I'm going to talk to is everybody else, all the rest of you. And that might seem like a funny thing. Yeah, Andy, like that's literally everyone. You've just included everyone in two separate groups there. All the people that want the coaching group and all the people that don't want coaching. Yeah, that's everyone. But the reason that I'm making this delineation or talking to both of you as a separate group is there are a lot of you, a decent chunk of you. I get emails from people sometimes who say, I want to join the coaching, but I'm just really scared. And there's a lot of people who sign up for the coaching with my help. And quite a lot of you have found these sort of videos very helpful where you're like, man, I'm grateful that you literally did a video speaking to me, the person who wanted coaching, but was just scared to do it. Like, thank you for not ignoring me. But then at the same time, I obviously want to give out a lot of free information. My mission here is to help as many of you as I possibly can. And my channel is not just, let's spam the coaching. Let's get everyone into the coaching program. I would love more of you to be in the coaching program. That would obviously help me pay off the tax debt that I have and all of that kind of stuff. You'd help me, feel better about the income and all of that. But at the same time, like I said, this isn't like a fucking just coaching spam channel. So I'm going to kind of, as I go through this video, talk to both of you at the same time and separately. Those of you who really want coaching and you're just nervous. And those of you who are like, I don't give a fuck about coaching, man. I just want to go out there and talk to girls, or I want to start my business, or I want to go to the gym, or I want to do whatever it is that you might want to be doing. So kind of whatever you think it might be too late for you, like whether it's the gym, whether it's some other goal, losing weight, talking to women, talking to men, finding love, building a family. A lot of guys and girls actually come to the coaching program and they feel like, man, it's too late for me to build a family. Like I'm too old, I'm in my 30s. I don't even know how to talk to the opposite gender or the people that I'm interested in. I don't even know how I'd begin to find a good partner. I don't even know how I'd begin to raise a family and all of that. I have a friend who's in that exact same situation, actually. He's almost 40 now, and he has these fears. He's like, maybe it's too late for me. It is never too late for you until the moment you take your last breath. There is always something that you can do. There is always a little baby step that you can take. But if you sit there and focus on the overwhelming sense of like, I have too much to do, I have too far to go, then you'll never get started. There's a really nice Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. And I know when I say all this stuff logically, Like logically, your brain hears this and goes, yeah, man, I know it's not too late for me. But that's very different to feeling those strong feelings of like, but I feel like it's too late for me. And you're almost going to have to take a leap of faith here and trust me in a little bit, or trust me in a way where maybe Andy is correct. Maybe it isn't too late for me. Maybe there is something that I can do, because your feelings are going to be battling with your logic. That rational part of your brain is going to be saying, yeah, I know, man, I'm only 30. I know I could go out and talk to people, or I know I could start my business. But your gut feeling, your emotions are going to be saying, no, wrong. No, it's too late. I know it's too late. Andy's full of shit. It's wrong. I can't do it. There's too much to do. It's scary. It's hard. I'll get rejected. Those two things are almost going to be battling each other sometimes. The rational, logical mind versus the emotional feeling. And I hear a lot of you talk like that. You will literally say to me, I know logically you're correct, Andy. Like, I know there's something that I could do. I know I could join the coaching program. I know I could go out there and just start talking to one person a day. And if I'm scared to do that, I could take the baby steps to get there. I know that a year from now, I could have lost all the weight I want to lose and I could look great. I know it only takes about a year. I know if I have a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction or porn addiction or something like that, I know I could seek help. Like, I know that logically. But why do I have this barrier to taking that action? Why do I have these strong emotional reactions when I think about going out there and talking to people, or I think about trying to make some friends, or I think about going out to bars and clubs and just having a good time, even though I'm in my 30s? Oh, I'm too old. You're definitely not too old. But I feel all this strong emotionality around it. And the answer is not the answer that you might think. Like, a lot of you will ask the question of like, how do I get rid of that emotional baggage? How do I get rid of that barrier? How do I let myself believe that I can go out and do this? And it's like, you feel the emotion and then you start taking action anyway. It's not about getting rid of the emotion. It's not about getting rid of the doubt. It's not about believing that you can do it. It's not about like being confident and then you'll go out there and do it. It's not about willpower or motivation or any of that. It's quite the opposite. It's like you feel all the doubt and the insecurity and those feelings of it's too late for me. I can't do this. I've missed out. There's no way it's going to work. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to take an insane leap of faith and just go and try taking one little baby step. Like, I really did genuinely think that it was too late for me, Andy, at 28, which was the age that I really started doing my self-improvement quite seriously. That was when I started working on my sex life and my appearance and my confidence and making some friends and going out there and hitting the gym. All of that kind of started when I was about 28. And I really, really, really deeply believed that it was too late for me. Like, you were never going to convince me that it wasn't. But at the same time, I thought about the alternative. What am I going to do? If it's too late for me, am I going to just sit on the couch alone at home with no friends, no one really to talk to? Actually, I had one friend. He had his own life going on, so it's not like I could hang out with him every single day. No women to talk to, no gym to go to, no interesting hobbies. What am I going to do? Just sit around doing nothing? Well, that's boring. What if I just try for no other reason than it might be something to do? And I didn't think it would work out. I started doing an approach anxiety program that taught me how to hit on girls. And when I first started it, I was like, there's no way I complete this program. There's no way that I get a girlfriend or have women sleep with me. Like, there's no way that stuff works out. But at least it might be something interesting to do. Maybe it's interesting going out there and talking to women. I'm scared to do it. It would be kind of cool if I could say I hit on a couple of women. It'd be even cooler if a few of them were nice to me. Like, that was my barrier. That was my goal. I just want a couple of women to be nice to me. I want to be able to walk up to a girl and be like, hi, you're cute. I'm Andy. What's up? Shake her hand. And she's like, nice. She doesn't even give me a phone number. I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I didn't think I would ever achieve that. I didn't think I deserved that. But I was like, maybe she'll be nice to me and it will be a cool story. Maybe I can do that for the next 10 years or the rest of my life. And that will be something interesting. At least I'll get to meet people. Even if no one sleeps with me or dates me or is interested in me. At least I did something kind of cool. And so I really did just start thinking that it wouldn't work out. The same as starting, my website, killyourinnerloser.com. I didn't think anyone would fucking read that. I really didn't think anyone would be that interested when I started a YouTube channel. Like, who would want to look at me and listen to me? Same with when I started a podcast, which was technically what I started before this YouTube channel, but I didn't think anyone would give a shit about what I had to say. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. It was just something interesting to do. And so sometimes that's the answer. Yeah, I think it's too late for me. women aren't ever going to like me, or no man would date me, I'm past my use by date, or I'm never going to lose weight, or I can't do this, or it's too late to start a business. It'll take too long to build my business and make money. It's an oversaturated market. All of those sort of limiting beliefs. You can hear those limiting beliefs and then say, yeah, whatever. It might be something interesting to do. Like, you don't have to put all this pressure on yourself to succeed. A lot of you do. I mean, there's entire industries built around like selling you the fear of missing out that you need to succeed. What if you just worked on a goal with no expectations, only curiosity? What if you were literally just like, fuck it, I'll try anyway, because like, I don't need to succeed. At least it's something interesting to do. Maybe I'll make a few dollars here and there. Maybe I'll make $1,000 across the rest of my life if I work on this for the next 30 years. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be something fun to do. What else am I going to do? Sit around at home playing video games? Video games are great. Like, fuck knows, I love video games. But like, is that going to tide you over for the rest of your life? I'll sit around having no friends. Fuck it. What if I just go to a meetup and just talk to people? Even if no one wants to be my friends because I think I'm a loser, at least it might be something interesting and cool to do. At least I'd have a little story. I'd have no one to tell the story to, but it would be better than sitting at home. And that really is how I got started with my self-improvement. It was just like, fuck it. What else am I going to do? What's the alternative? The alternative is really boring. Video games, alcohol, porn, all of that. They're cool, but they're also self-medication. And they don't really give me a deep sense of like satisfaction. At least if I go out there and do something weird, that feels more interesting and less boring than looking at the same exact fucking titties that I see every time I go and look at porn. Yeah, different woman, different size titties, but it's all just titties. Or a different flavor of alcohol, but it's all just alcohol. A different video game, it's all just leveling up and fucking enjoying it and a good plot, and then I finish it. What if I go outside and try something different? And I think without this pressure to succeed that a lot of people put on themselves, it's part of the human condition, isn't it? Like, I have to succeed. I have to be special. It's that beautiful ego part of us that says, I'm special and I have to prove it to the world. It's like, why? What if you just go out there and have fun? If you feel like you missed out on the college experience when it comes to sex, what if you just go talk to a few people and see if one person wants to hook up with you? That'd be fun. What if you just go out there and see if someone wants to connect with you and go on a date with you? You just have a nice chat and you go, cool, I had a nice chat with someone. That's cool. What if instead of saying I have to build a business and be an entrepreneur and hustle and grind, I got to be the next like fucking alpha male Chad, or I got to be the next like, what's the women equivalent? I got to be the next fem boss, go girl, yes queen. I got to fucking prove that feminism was all worth it and make millions of dollars and fucking be a girl boss. Why? What if you just sell your thing to a couple of people? What if you just give it to your family and friends and say, would you, I don't know, take me out for dinner if I give you my product for free? Give me $10 or something if I do this service for you. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with starting small and starting humble? And I know it's not sexy. It's very easy to go on my YouTube channel, for instance, and look at all the cool stuff that my past coaching clients have achieved. This guy had a threesome in his second week. This guy went from $20,000 a month to $45,000 a month. This girl went from depressed and suicidal to now she's married and she's happy. And like, it's cool to see those amazing stories, but you guys and girls are all missing the actual context of it. And I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the fucking context right here. They didn't just do that in one giant leap. In some of those cases, I worked with some of these people for like multiple years. Like, they either came back to the coaching program a bunch of times, or, over the years, they just stayed in the members only coaching group that we have and they worked through their stuff slowly and surely. They fell down a million times and picked themselves back up. They needed other people's support and accountability. Like, they didn't just wake up and be a badass. It took effort. It took time. The same as me. I'm almost 38 now. I just told you I really started this self-improvement stuff really hardcore when I was about 28. So 10 years of hardcore self-improvement. Like, this is all I live and breathe. Is like, how can I grow? How can I learn? How can I evolve? How can I have a positive impact on my own life and the lives of other people around me? This is like 24/7 what I live and breathe. It's taken 10 years of hardcore effort to get to this point, and don't let that overwhelm you. But the point that I'm making is I didn't just wake up and go, great, now I'm having a business. Now I have sex. Now I have a girlfriend of 7 years. Now we've been dating a girl for 2 years and she loves us and we love her. Like, yay, look at all this cool stuff that I'm doing. Like, no, it was a systematic process of just giving myself permission to suck, doing a tiny little bit every day, and then just continuing on for the time that it might take to build some of this shit. Like, all of you are capable of greatness. And I know you have that feeling of like, it's too late for me. I'm too old. That ship has sailed. I've missed my opportunities. I missed out on the college experience. I missed out on my 20s. I missed out on my 30s. Like, I know how that feels because that's how I felt. But everything that I have achieved, you can literally look at it as everything I've achieved was with all of those doubts that it's too late for me, with all of those fears and insecurities that I missed the train, I missed the boat, that ship has sailed. I literally felt like that often for years and years and years, especially like with business. It's really only been in the last year or two that I found some sense of peace with it. And I'm like, maybe I am going to make it. Maybe Amy and I and, Cam, Ed, and Taylor as well. Maybe we are going to make it. Maybe this thing is going to keep growing and we're going to be okay. Maybe we don't need to just hustle and grind, and I still do hustle and grind, but I enjoy it now. Maybe I don't need to hustle and grind in a way that's like painful and unsustainable, which is what I did for the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, 4 years. Maybe I can just enjoy this. Maybe it'll be okay. And so I've had those doubts. I've had those insecurities. I've had those feelings of it's too late for me. I missed out. And so believe me, I know how that feels. And I could show you, testimonials, and, I can say, look at this guy. He was 27 and he'd never slept with anyone. And then he slept with 8 women in his first year. And wow, look at him. Isn't that great? And I could go, look at this guy. He was 29. Just before he turned 30, he finally lost his virginity. I could show you people in their 40s as well. And, you've all seen all of that. You know this shit. But again, like I said at the start, the emotions get in the way, don't they? Logically, yeah, I know I'm not too old. I know before I've had my final breath, or until I've had my final breath, there's something I can do. I know that logically. But why do I sit on the couch week in, week out and not take action? Why, like I said, for those of you who want to sign up for the coaching, why don't I just hit the fucking button and go send? All right, Andy, come on, I need your help. Or for those of you who aren't interested in coaching, why don't I just go outside and talk to that girl? There's so many cute girls that I see in my life. Why don't I just go say hi? What's the worst that happens? They just say, no, thank you, I have a boyfriend. Like, that's it. No, thank you, I have a boyfriend, but thanks. I hope you have a nice day. That's the worst that happens. Someone being really fucking nice to you. And you know all this logically. But then those feelings get in the way, don't they? The feeling of like, what if I'm wrong? What if something bad does happen? What if it is too late for me? What's the worst that happens though? Like, nothing bad happens. You tried and you get some adventures. And if all of you could stop seeing it as like a failure, I think that's what this is. A lot of you, or I know that's what this is. A lot of you have this terrifying sense of failure. What if I try and it doesn't work out and I fail? Then you'll be exactly where you are right now. Why is that a bad thing? At least you'll have some cool stories. And my God, do you get cool stories when you actually try? Like, if you go and lose weight or start losing weight, you'll meet some amazing people, especially if you build some sort of accountability. Like, if you go and find other people that are losing weight, or come to my coaching program, or join a forum or something, or find like a little fitness group, go to a meetup, like a hiking club or a jogging club, or just a fitness group or something. There's so many people out there working on the same goals that any of you are interested in. And even if you don't lose any weight, you'll make some friends, and you will accidentally lose weight anyway. Like, if you just work on something for the rest of your life, you're absolutely going to succeed at it. Like, that is not even remotely in doubt. Or if it comes to like talking to girls, what if you just go and say hi to a few girls? You can suck at it. You don't need to do a good job. Give yourself permission to suck and all of that. But what if you just walk up and be like, hi, I am really nervous. Please be nice to me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I thought you were pretty and I wanted to come and tell you that. You'll make her fucking smile. And some of those women will say, well, I think you're really handsome. And you'll go, what the fuck? Like, a woman thinks I'm handsome, especially if you work on your appearance and your self-improvement and all of that. And that's a slow, gradual process. But you'll have some beautiful adventures. You'll meet some beautiful people, and you might find that you make some connections that you never would have made sitting on your couch or staying in your house or staying in your room. If you leave the house and go outside, nothing bad happens. We all think that, or most people think that rejection or failure or mistakes are like some big terrifying thing that leads to death. No, they lead to wild adventures. Sometimes they lead to feelings, like you might feel bad for a little bit. You might feel sad and grieve and be angry and all of that. You get over that like within half a day. You get over that within a day, worst case scenario. And then you're just left with the beautiful memories and the adventures and the sense of self and the sense of pride in yourself of like, man, look at me. I had the courage to go and do something that I was scared of. But I'm telling you, sitting at home, doing nothing, doesn't lead to that sense of pride or love or satisfaction. It definitely doesn't lead to cool adventures. Nothing interesting happens staying at home. I know video games can be incredible. They really are. I know that porn and alcohol and all of that can seem fun in the moment, but that's not the juicy stuff. That's not what you're really here for. I think all of you know that. Otherwise, why the fuck would you be watching my channel? I am literally speaking to people who already get most of what I'm saying. If you're here, you already understand to some degree that sitting at home not doing anything is not going to make you happy, and it's definitely not going to make you content. You're definitely not going to get to the end of your life and be like, I'm glad I lived my life that way. And I think it's easy to forget, or maybe you just don't realize, that some of the stuff that I think a lot of you think gets harder can in some ways be easier as you age. Like, especially dating. A lot of you have this idea that dating is ultra easy when you're in your early 20s. That it's just easier to meet people, especially if you're a guy looking for women in their, 20s in that age range. If you're an older guy, you often think like, oh man, it's going to be like way harder. No, once you get over the barriers of just being inexperienced at it or being nervous and all of that, you actually find, or I've found, and so have all the other coaches and most of the clients, it's easier to date in your 30s or even your 40s than it ever was in your 20s, because you're usually, once you get over the nervousness and your doubts and your insecurities and all of that, you're just a more confident person in your 30s or 40s than you were in your 20s. You might have doubts, you might have insecurities, you might have fears, but you're usually more confident. And what you often find is that you're more polarizing, and that's a good thing. Like women in their early 20s, a lot of you are afraid. But why would girls want an older man? Like, surely they think it's weird and creepy. It's like some girls will, cool. They'll tell you immediately, or they won't even match with you on the dating apps. You'll never know. You'll never meet them. They think you're weird. They think you're old. Ew, that's like my dad. Ew, gross. Great. Isn't that nice that they know what they want and what they don't want? But what you'll find is a lot of women, especially, 18 to 25-year-olds, are like, holy crap, I'm looking for a guy in his 30s or 40s because younger guys are just not very attractive to me. Beautiful. That's you. And again, there's a little barrier of nervousness there to get over, and insecurities and inexperience. Yeah, you might suck at the start. And a lot of guys will be like, see, it's impossible to meet a woman when you're in your 30s or 40s. They all think you're too old. No, you just haven't played the numbers game and gone out and found the ones that literally want an older man. Imi is one of those people. I say that all the time. Money is also something, like making money is something that can get easier as you get older. Again, once you get over your own insecurities and limiting beliefs and fears and all of that, the older you get, generally speaking, people take you more seriously. Like, especially for something like what I'm doing, if you're like an 18-year-old life coach, do you think people take you seriously? In fact, Imi has told me this a few times. She's met people at parties, like people that don't know her and don't know me, and she's there at that party by herself. She'll meet someone and they'll say, hey, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm into this, blah, blah, blah. And they can obviously tell she's in her, early 20s, or now she's in her mid 20s. They can tell she's young, right? Obviously, she looks young. So they're talking to her, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, cool. Like, what does your boyfriend do? And they assume, because they don't know me and I'm not there, they assume that I'm probably her age. So they assume that I, Andy, am probably like 20 something, right? And they say, what does your boyfriend do? And she'll go, oh, he's a life coach and he does sex and dating coaching as well, but like he likes doing the life coaching. He's a life coach. And they'll go, wait, a 20-something-year-old life coach? Like literally they'll go, wait, a 20-something-year-old life coach? Like why would anyone take that guy serious? Like, can you do life coaching at that? And she'll go, oh, no. He's like 35. Now I'm 37. He's like 37. And they'll go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Fair enough, yeah. And so like, if I was a life coach in my 20s, I would be playing on nightmare mode. I can still make it work, obviously, but being older serves me. And there are so many different like jobs or hustles or side businesses or side hustles or full businesses that lots of you want to grow that literally get easier the older you get. And now any of you in your 20s, that doesn't mean you're too young. No. It's funny how limiting beliefs work, but yeah, stuff like that can get easier. The same as like building a social life. A lot of people go, I missed out on college. I didn't have a great social life. Now I'm a bit of a nerd. A lot of you are nerds, so am I. I'm a nerd. It's too hard to meet people as they get older. No. Like building a social life can become easier the older you get because you know what you want. You are a more established human being by the time you're in your 30s and definitely your 40s. And so you won't waste time with people who aren't great for you. And generally speaking, the older you get, the more you start to screen for like deeper things. Whereas when you're just 18 to Like, let's be honest, when you're 18 to maybe 23, all you care about is like, is this person cool? Like, that's all you care about. You just say, are they cool? And maybe, are they attractive? Because that means they're cool. Are they cool? If they're cool, if I hang out with them, then I look cooler. So let's find the cool people. And that's it. And if they're a bit nerdy, you're like I kind of want to hang out with them, but also I kind of don't. You're worried that other people will judge you. The older you get, you don't give a fuck about that shit. You're like, I don't give a fuck if they're cool. I just care about how they treat me, how we connect, if they add to my life. Like, that's all you're thinking about. The deeper shit. And not that it's bad. I'm not saying it's wrong to only be friends with someone because they're cool. That's just all you care. That's what you care about when you're 18 to 25. But hanging out with cool people aren't always great people to hang out with. Like, just because they have status, I guess that's what I'd say. Just because they're attractive or rich or they have status, that doesn't mean they're adding to your life necessarily. But as you get older, you start to be a little bit more certain about what it is that you're wanting, what a deep connection actually feels like for you, and how to find that. And so it can be a lot easier to not spend time with people who don't add a lot to your life. You start screening a lot harder. And I could just go on with a bunch of different reasons why. Being older doesn't necessarily mean that it's harder, or it definitely doesn't mean that it's impossible. You might have to change some things, do things slightly differently. You might need to screen a bit harder. There might be, like in dating, a wider or a smaller dating pool, but a smaller dating pool doesn't mean it's impossible. In fact, like I said, that dating pool might be slightly smaller. Like, I don't know, let's say the dating pool is like 30% smaller, which is not even a lot, 30% smaller. But the people in that dating pool are going to be way more into you because you're way more polarizing. There are so many girls that want like an older man or a mature man or an established man or a daddy or any of that. And you're that guy. And they're going to be way more into you. And so it's not impossible. And I guess what I'm saying here is, don't let age be the reason that you don't change your life, or the reason that you continue to live a life that isn't bringing you joy, happiness, love, peace, and excitement. Like, you deserve better. And so when you have those limiting beliefs, or really you could almost say that self-hatred, or it might not be at the point of self-hatred for some of you, but you can sort of say, is this belief serving me? This belief that it's too late for me, that I'm too old, is that actually helping me? Like, am I a better person because I believe it's too late for me? Is it empowering me, or is it just kind of holding me back? What if I didn't give in to this thought? What if I noticed this thought that says, or this fear that says it's too late for me, I missed out, it's over. I notice it, I feel it, I see it, and then I go, cool, now I'm going to go outside and say hi to someone. Now I'm going to go to a meetup and try and make some friends. Now I'm going to just offer my product or my service to one person. I'm going to give myself permission to suck, and I'm going to take a step. Like, what if it doesn't matter that I'm short, or that I'm old, or that I'm this, or that I'm that? What if I can still find success anyway? You know, there's a saying, if you're trying to sell a house, you only need to find one buyer. And for those of you working on your dating life, you don't need everyone on the entire planet to like your age. You don't need everyone on the entire planet to think you're perfect. You're only looking for one person. Some of you might want to have casual sex, fine. Then you're only looking for like 5 people or something, whatever amount makes you fucking happy. But you don't need the whole world to like you. The same with business. You're not trying to sell your product or service to everyone. And it can be so easy to focus on the people that do think you're too old, or that don't want what you're offering, and go, it's too late for me, I missed out. And it's like, that's just a sample of the entire human population. Go out there and find the couple of people that resonate with you, with your message, with what you have to offer, that are looking for the same thing as you, or want to give you the thing that you're looking for. Like, take that little leap of faith and go out there and actually try. And you might find that you actually succeed. I did. I am living proof of this. So are all the coaching clients. And to bring it back to the context of the coaching program, I know there are quite a lot of you out there that are like, look, I want to sign up for the coaching program. I have the money, or, you know, if I took a payment plan, I would have the money. But I'm just scared that I won't make it. Or I'm scared that it's too late for me. Or I'm scared I'm the exception. And Andy says he can help me. He says the program will change my life, all of that. But like, what if that doesn't apply to me? Again, I have never, ever, I said this yesterday, met a single exception. I've never met someone that couldn't change as long as they took that leap of faith and joined the fucking coaching program. There are 2 things that are required for success. Again, speaking to those of you who just want the coaching program, 2 things that are required for you to succeed in the coaching. One is join the fucking program, which a lot of you are sitting there going, I want to, but I'm scared. So join the fucking coaching program. That's step number 1. And the second thing is just post every day. And if you miss a couple of days, that's fine. But like, try and just be in the group as much as you possibly can and let us help you. That's it. It's not, oh, I have to be young and then I'll succeed. It's not, oh, I have to be an alpha male who's confident and then I'll succeed. It's not, I have to get rid of my limiting beliefs. Like, that's a really common thing that comes up a lot with those of you who want to join the coaching program is you have all these limiting beliefs. And in your mind, you're like, I have to get over these limiting beliefs before I join the program. It's like, what are you talking about? That's what the program is for. Literally, that is what we do. We help you work through or let go of your attachment to the limiting beliefs. So many of you are waiting to take action before you feel ready. Like you're saying, I have to feel ready to join the coaching program. No, literally, the same thing that every single person who joins the program says is, I didn't feel ready and I joined the program, and then they helped make me feel ready. I wasn't ready. I took a leap of faith, and Andy put his arms out to catch me, and the rest of the coaches put their arms out to catch me, and they caught me and they hugged me and they said, "We got you, fam. Come here." They sat me down and they just started saying, "All right, here's what you do. Here's this. Talk to us. Tell us what's going on. Let's fucking make you a winner." They grabbed me when I wasn't ready, put me in that fucking chair or on that throne, and they said, "Listen, King, we're going to turn you into a fucking warrior, a peaceful warrior. You're going to dominate your goals. You're going to be amazing." But I wasn't ready. That's how everyone feels when they join the program. And again, so many of you are sitting there saying, I want the coaching. I think I'll do it one day. Like, there's so many of you. I even get emails from some of you sometimes, which is like funny. You'll email me and say, "Hey, I really want the coaching, but yeah, I just don't think now's the right time." And it's like, first of all, why are you telling me? Like, are you telling me because you want me to push you? And sometimes I'll reply back and say that. I'll say, "Are you telling me because you want me to push you? Like, why did you reach out? Why did you tell me that you don't want that you're not ready for the coaching? Do you want me to help you be ready? Is that what this is?" And some people say, "I think I do, man." And I'm like, "Well, jump on a fucking free call with me, man, and I can help you." Like, why are you emailing me? Just ask for what you want. You want me to help you? Let's help you. And I jump on a call with those people, and most of them end up signing up. They're like, "Fucking thanks, man. I just think I needed a gentle push, not a forceful push, not talking me into it or anything if I didn't want to do it, but like just listening to me and listening to my fears and my doubts and all of that and just being there for me." And that's essentially what those free calls are. But yeah, there's so many of you that want the coaching, and you're like, I need to be ready for the coaching. I need to be confident. I need to let go of my limiting beliefs. I need to make sure I make the most of the coaching. I got to wait till summer so I can really make the most of it. I got to wait till my finances are perfectly in order. And obviously, make sure you have some amount of money before you fucking join the program, obviously. But that's why we have payment plans. Or you're like, "Oh, I just need to see what this next job is going through. I got to wait till my end of year bonus, or I should wait till the new year." It's the new year now. But I should wait till the new year because then it's like a perfect time to really just get going and have that New Year's resolution. Like, so many of you are procrastinating for the right time. And I'm literally telling you, there is no right time. And more to the point, there is a right time. It's right now. But it won't feel like the right time. Like, this is just time and time again what comes up in the coaching program. Guys will say, "When I joined, man, I really didn't think it was the right time. I thought it was like the worst time ever to join." We have a guy that just finished up his coaching. I'll be doing an interview with him in the next couple of weeks or months or whatever. And he literally said, "I had procrastinated for like a year joining the program because I kept telling myself, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to try on my own and make as much progress as I can so that when I come to the coaching, I'll really be able to hit the ground running," which is like the exact opposite. It's like you come to the program when you're not making much progress, and then we enable you to make a ton of progress. Like, a lot of you are going, "I'm going to do it on my own." And then like you just procrastinate for a year and don't really do much. You would have done 10 times more. Anyway, separate discussion. And he said, "I was waiting for a year, and then, I told myself I'm going to join in 2025. I'm going to join at the start of the year." And he said, it got to like October, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Why don't I just join the program now? And so he did. He joined at literally the worst time of the year. Not worst, but like, yeah, I guess you can say the worst time of the year. He joined to work on his dating life and his social life. And October, especially by December, most people have quietened down. The dating market quietens down over December. Most people are with their family or their friends and all of that. They're thinking about Christmas and vacation and holidays and the new year and all of that, and drinking and eating lots of food. They're not thinking about like building a fucking sex life or a relationship. And so dating is way harder during that time. Same with socializing. People are pretty social actually, but a lot of people are spending time with family and all of that. And so it's not impossible, but it can take a little bit extra work. But he was like, "Fuck it, man. I'm not going to wait until the perfect goddamn time. Why don't I just take action now?" And he made a ton of progress. he did so much crazy shit. I can't wait to have him on. He was like, he got to a point, he was so nervous at the start. He'd only ever approached 8 women in his entire life. And by like halfway through the program, he was at a point where he's walking up to girls in bars and he's like, "Hi, you're sexy." And then he'd talk to them for like a minute. He'd be like, "Can I kiss you?" And like, I don't know, 1 in 5 women would be like, "Okay." And then he'd make out with her and he'd be like, "You're so fucking hot. Like, damn, you're a good kisser. Like, you want to get out of here?" Like, he just turned into a fucking warrior. When it wasn't the right time, he wasn't ready. He worried that it was too late for him. All of this kind of stuff. And so I promise if any of you are sitting there in that same position of like, it's too late for me, I missed out, that boat is, or that ship has sailed. I promise it's not too late. Like I said, I'm very happy to jump on a free call with you, talk through any of this, help you let go of your fears and all of that. So there is no right time, or you could say the right time is right now. And for those of you who have no interest in the coaching, all of this obviously applies to you. There is no perfect time to go out and start talking to girls or go to the gym or build a business. The perfect time is right now. Or the perfect time was like 20 years ago, I guess, 5 or 10 years ago. Second best time is right now. And the longer you wait, you're just pushing that thing that you actually want to do. You're pushing it away. You're pushing it down the road. Future you is going to have to deal with it anyway. Like, future you is going to have to work on this shit. Like, you're probably not going to procrastinate your goals for the rest of your life. Like, most of you know that you won't be able to do that. You know on some deep level that you can't just keep putting this off forever. Like, you just won't be happy. And so you may as well just start dealing with it right now rather than just waiting another year or another fucking 6 months or another 10 years. Like, start now. So, yeah, I think I'll wrap up there. I'll leave a link in the description to the coaching. I might do more of these videos because there's a whole bunch of like limiting beliefs that a lot of you have when it comes to your goals and definitely when it comes to the program. And like I said, there is a large portion of you that are interested in the program, but you have all these limiting beliefs. And maybe I could do more to connect with you guys and girls that want to join, but you're scared. Like, I don't necessarily do a lot of content. A lot of times what I say in the content is, I do a normal video, I'll give you all the free advice and coaching and all of that. And then at the end, I'll just say, if you want the coaching program, that's here. And there's a lot of you that hear that and you go, yeah, but that doesn't apply to me because I'm scared or I can't do it or this. And so maybe I don't do as good a job as I can reaching out to some of you that really want the coaching, but you're really fucking scared. So maybe I'll do more of these. You guys and girls can let me know in the comments if you have any sort of limiting beliefs when it comes to coaching or when it comes to any of your goals, whatever they might be. Like, feel free to drop your limiting beliefs in the comments below and maybe I'll do a video on them and talk about them because, yeah, I know how strong limiting beliefs can be. I know how it feels to want something and know logically or believe logically that you can do it, but in your heart, like in your gut, your emotions are telling you the complete opposite. I know how that feels. I know the doubts, I know the fears, I know the insecurities and all of that. I've had them my whole life myself. I've just gotten decent at like not taking them seriously. And that's all this is. It's like you feel the fear and you take action anyway. So I promise all of you are capable of change. Like I said, if you want my help with that, I'm right here. I will help you. If you don't want my help, then go and get some sort of accountability or friends or someone to help you. But I promise that all of you are capable of change. You're all capable of making it. Just start now. Like, don't wait. There's nothing to be gained by waiting, and there's everything to be gained by starting right now.